guys, welcome back. Okay, so this is an updated what your energies, the current energies between you both. I thought we haven't done one of these for a while, so it'll be good to see where your energies are, where their energies are, and what the mutual energy is between you both and where it's heading. So where your current energies are. So deck 1, deck 2, pick a deck. Just focus on you when you pick this one. Don't think about your person. Well, you can think about them, but just keep them in the background. So, what are the current energies between you both? Let me get it. Call them the flashing lights. They're little vortex spirals. They're all quite purple and pink today, to be fair. Okay. Right, can you get me into my collectives? Deck number 1. What are the current energies between you and your person? So as always, it's going to pull out the strongest mutual energies between you all. So if anything doesn't resonate, just remember it for a later date because it normally comes up. I'm going to do a row for them and a row for you, I feel, and then a row for the mutual energy between you all. So the collective that are watching. And then think about your person. Can I get into their person's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions and thought processes? Thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions and thought processes. So, okay, yeah. 1, 2 more, 3 more, 2 more. 2. So can you tell me please what the current energy is between the people watching and their person? Can I have really clear jumpers please? 1, 2. I haven't used these decks for a while and then suddenly this one's been calling me for the last couple of days. 3, 4. So, and the other energy please. Can I have 4 for that? Alright, okay, can I have, yeah. My guide just said get another one for the top. So can I have 5 for the people watching? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's make some more space. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then can I have 3 for the mutual energy between them? What's going on with them both? 1, 2, 3, okay. So what's happening? What's going down? Let me work out which way. So, okay, this is your person. So the top row is the person, the middle row is you, and then the bottom row is the what's happening between the between the two of you. So at this point in time, your person most likely has done a bit of a runner. If they haven't physically gone, it is the energies kind of got blocked and they've stepped away from the situation. Some of them are blowing hot and cold with you. Some of you watching that your person is not in contact with you. They've kind of spread their wings like the turtles. Turtles are always slow, aren't they? But they're slow and trudgy, and it's been quite slow progress and you are getting really fed up with them. They're trying to move themselves forward. One moment they're in the light, one moment they're seeing things from a spiritual perspective, and then the next, the earthly perspective is kind of grounding them. So they're stuck between a rock and a hard place in their thoughts. They're not quite sure on what they're meant to be doing, how they're meant to be going about it, and what actually is going on. That's how they're feeling. So the 6 of Cups, they're looking back to the past, looking back to memories of you. They're seeing you as quite volatile and vulnerable at the moment. The reason for that is because your emotions have been up and down, and some of you subconsciously pushed it on them without knowing you've done it, which is cool because that is what happens as an intuitive or a psychic or whatever, and that is what happens. Those of you that have been placing physical emotions on them, they've realised that you're vulnerable as well. So another reason why they backed away from you is because they don't want to make you feel any more vulnerable. They don't want to upset you any more than what they already have. So they've just kind of took a step back from the situation. No matter what your individual circumstances are, your person is backed away a little bit. So they're seeing you as quite innocent, quite volatile, and so they're not sure what to do. They're not sure what to do. So they've backed away. They've got their knives out a little bit with the Five of Swords and the Shark. A lot of them didn't mean to upset you the way they have done. They feel as well that it hasn't just been them to blame, and a lot of them know, sorry guys, a lot of them know that the majority of it is them, but some of them think, well, you've had a part to play in this as well. Some of them have been feeling quite smothered by the situation and being told to tell you. Some of them are just unsure on what direction they're meant to be going in, and you know how sharks swim, they just kind of go side to side to side, and it's this backwards and forwards motion again. Both of these are water creatures, so the emotions are in their energy. The strong emotions are between the two of you, and they do have really strong feelings for you, but they're just kind of meandering. That's probably a good word for it, meandering through the emotions, just going backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. The debate in communication, those of you that aren't in communication, they're going around in circles a little bit with these two little things. I don't really know what they are. Fish. They are fish. They get another water card. They're going through their emotions. They're backwards and forwards with it. Communication, they keep thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to communicate. Psychic energy pushing them forward, and then they get stuck in this cycle. And therefore, you are being pulled into that energy where you are stuck in the cycle as well. And both of you are trying to protect yourself from whatever. You've got your walls up. More so, they've got their walls up. You've let your walls down a bit, which is another reason why they feel that you are feeling vulnerable. And they don't want to push you into a place where you're stuck or hurt or anything like that, and most of them already done it, but a lot of them are quite ignorant to that. They don't realise what energy they've kind of placed onto you, so they're swimming around in circles. This will be my post always gets ripped up. So they are thinking things through with the Sun card. Okay, so most positive card in the deck, masculine energy. They're standing in their power at the moment. They are going to give though. They do want to make moves towards you. The beetles are going to spread their wings. At the moment, again, they're staying grounded with it all. The emotions are overruling everything at the moment, and that's what's scaring them, and that's what's making them take a step back as well, because they've always been quite level-headed, they've always been quite grounded, and now these emotions, because the energy between you is so strong, the emotions have pushed them, so they've retreated through fear or worry or past issues or past life issues, all of that, but they do want to make moves towards you. They can see that you and them have a future. At the moment, they're just trying to hold up the masculine energy, hold up the sun, being like, yeah, okay, I'm in control of this, but that's where they currently are at the moment. So they are thinking about you. They're just swimming in a whole load of emotions, trying to keep grounded with it all. You're feeling as if everything's kind of fallen apart, fallen to pieces. Things have been cracked at the seams. These are all like your hopes and dreams. This is, to me, is like an engagement ring cracking or anything along those lines. Everything, you're feeling like it's all fallen apart. And you haven't known how to place the energy. The communication between the two of you with the blue going grey has gone really off kilt. Again, a lot of you have sent messages where you thought, shit, I shouldn't have sent that. That makes me look really vulnerable. But at the end of the day, they already know that you're in that kind of energy. So don't overly stress about it. You've got the Four of Swords for you're having a period of rest. You're recuperating, you're looking after yourself. You're focusing, a lot of you are focusing your energy back towards you, which is really, really good. But some of you are feeling like a bit of a rabbit in headlights, like a little bit like, oh my God, what is going on? How am I meant to go forward? This person means the absolute world to me with the Two of Cups over here. They mean the absolute world to me, and I'm just stuck. But you are chained, like not literally chained, but you have the mutual energy between the two of you. Your hearts beat as one, so try not to overly worry about it. This is just where your current energies are. You've got the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. You're watching them, seeing what they're up to. You're trying to understand it from a different perspective, but every time, again, you make 2 steps forward, you're suddenly hit with this, oh my God, what's actually happening? It made you freak out, etc, etc. Your mutual energy between the two of you, at the moment, there isn't much happening with Temperance, Two of Wands. They're just thinking everything through. You're thinking everything through. You're having this period of healing. You're having this period of rest. With the Universal card here, your energies will align. So you've got the masculine energy, the beetle here, just holding up the sun at the moment. This beetle's going to turn into a bee as time progresses, and your energies are going to align back together. Your mutual energy is going to merge, the sun and the moon. So the moon will be at the top, the sun in the middle. Your energies will merge, all your elements. So it is moving forward, but at the moment you're just feeling like it's a little bit stuck. Let me get a couple more for you. Let me get a few more. Can you tell me any more about the mutual energy? What's going to happen between these two? Let's get another 3 or 4 for you. So you've got the 4 of Wands, Page of Wands, lots of Page energy, lots of uncertainty, lots of them acting quite childishly as well. I can see a few of them haven't got their own way with you. So they've also got annoyed at that, and another reason why they have retreated from the situation. They're not happy either. Please remember that with the 5 of Cups. They're wanting to communicate with you. You've got the Crow on the heart. That's the messenger from the other side. A lot of you, this is a divine relationship, so it doesn't follow the normal mould, if there is a normal mould of what normal moulded relationships are. So the cups are all kind of underneath. It's all spilled over, but you are being looked after. They are watching. Spirit is saying that your person is watching you. Even if you say to me, oh well, they've got me blocked, or I've got them blocked, and this, that and the other, when there is a will, there is a way. Please always remember that. And just because they aren't in physical contact with you does not mean that they are not either on a higher consciousness level sending you divine energy, or etc., meeting on 5D planes, etc., etc., or that they are watching you. Just because someone says they're blocked, it don't mean anything. So they are, yeah, what they're doing as well, a lot of them, is how they're perceiving the outside world. So they're showing the world, and this is a lot of you third parties as well. Oh, I'm perfect, everything's great within this relationship. Or even if they're not, even if you're not a third party, this is what they are portraying. They're like, I'm amazing, everything's perfect, look at me, I'm totally grounded, I'm totally amazing, blah 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 blah. And actually, if you look at what's going on underneath the surface, they're bare, they're empty, the roots are kind of hanging out. They're trying to get more stable within themselves before they come back towards you, or before they open up to you about what's happening, whatever your individual circumstances are. Like I said, it might not be they're physically gone, but they have withdrawn from the situation, and they're trying to understand it. They're trying to get more stable. They're trying to focus on themselves for a little while, but these memory links of you are pulling them back. Their happy memories are pulling them back. And with that, once the page turns into the Knight, at the moment it's all very pagey energy. You haven't got direct movement happening. It feels to be this month. That's what my guide has just said. But majority, some of you it will be, some of you it's around 3 weeks, to be fair. I just heard that as well. But most of you, it's more likely to be the next month or month after that. All individual. If you need to look at it in personal readings, you know where I am. But the fox has got a bit moves towards you. They're being quite cunning at the moment. They're trying to see it from a different kind of perspective. They're trying to outweigh the emotions with the head, but the emotions are what are pulling them forward towards you. And with that, you have your celebration with your energy aligning, you're meeting in the middle, your sunflowers are blossoming. So you've got to give it time. They're just hiding away from things at the moment, mainly because the energies are really, really strong. Also, they don't want to hurt you anymore. They don't want you to feel vulnerable. And whilst they're working out what they want, they don't understand that. They're trying to protect themselves as well. But the memories, when the negative memory starts turning to positive ones, this is when contact starts to be coming towards you. When you feel as if you suddenly wake up one day, you don't feel as if this person is so near into your energy. You don't feel like they're right there in your energy, that close to your heart. And when that pull happens, that's normally because the universe is aligning you into meeting up with them again, or rendezvousing, or getting the communication going, because you feel withdrawn, which means you've released the situation to a certain degree, which means then the universe can do its job. So they're pretty good cards, really, but that's where the current energy is at the moment. So don't lose faith. Come on. Queen of Swords energy, guys, or King of Swords if you're a guy. You know, it will move, it will shift. It's a bit of a slow, drawn out process, which is why you've got turtles and whatever, sharks and whatever else you had in there. It's a withdrawn process, a long process. Got this drink. Ugh. It's a pink one, and it's a special nutrient one, but it makes my mouth go. Okay. What am I on? 14. Can you get me into my collective number 2 about the current energies between them and their person, please? Collective energy of deck number 2. Think about your person. Can I get into their person's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions, and thought processes of my collective number 2? thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions, and thought processes. And then, so as always, if you just tapped in, tuned in, turned on, this runs on the strongest mutual energy between you all. So if anything doesn't resonate, just remember it. It's just going to pull out the mutual energy, which is strongest, which is what strongest mutual energy actually means. Okay, so I'm going to do what I did for deck one. I'm going to pull a line for them, a line for you, and a line for your mutual energy. So can you tell me what's currently happening with the energy, strongest mutual energy of their person? 1. Can I have clear jumpers, not just spinny overs, please? 2. 3, 4, 5, okay. And can I have the people watching strongest mutual energy, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then can you tell me what's going to happen between the two of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just come out the other way around. I feel 2. Let me just double check. Check with me, guide. Okay, so the top row is done it the other way around. My cards always do that because I think I'm in control and I'm like, this is what's going to be. And then my cards go, no, Ali, let's do it like this. So that's what happens with me when I read cards. Because the energies, when they're strong like that, they just go straight through. And that's sometimes when tarot readers are trying to answer your specific questions and they don't answer them. That's because the cards don't resonate. That's because often a stronger energy comes through. So if you're asking, are me and Eric going to get back together, and it comes up that Eric is really, really sad and he's missing you, that's because that's a stronger energy than are you going to get back together. So that does happen, so just be aware of that when you have readings. If you feel that the cards don't ever resonate, more personal readings rather than collectives. So what's happening in your energy at the moment? You are very, 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 very sad. 3 of Swords. You're feeling very, very sad by the situation. You're grieving. You're feeling like they've just kind of left you, done a runner, that everything's kind of past. You're trying to find some kind of light in it. You're trying to find this period of transformation. You're trying to see it from a higher perspective, but actually you are kind of trudging through murky water, feeling really, really low, really, really sad. Go gentle on yourselves, okay? You're allowed to feel shit. Don't overly worry though, because the other cards aren't that bad. Well, the other cards are quite good, really. But at the moment, this is where you are. You're feeling 3 of Swords and Death. You're feeling as if it's all kind of gone to the wind. Everything that you've put in, all the effort, all the time, and you're just heartbroken and you're trying to heal. So the advice is just Spirit just saying, just go gentle, go easy, and remember that not everything is as it seems. You can only ever see, they're saying sometimes you will always see things through rose-tinted glasses, how you want to see it, but there is often a lot of things outside of what you are seeing going on. So please remember that you are only seeing it from one perspective, and you're seeing it in the way with the rose-tinted glasses. Like, that doesn't always mean good things. It doesn't mean you're always blinded to things, but it means that you're not seeing it from a higher perspective or a bigger perspective or a outsider's perspective. They're just saying you're seeing it from the inside perspective looking out, which is fine because you're hurting, but they want you to be aware that just because you're not seeing things does not mean that they aren't happening. You've got Justice and the Queen of Swords. So what you're doing at the moment, a lot of you have cut this off yourself. Those of you that haven't, you're now trying to step into your power. You're grieving, you're doing really well, you're showing, oh, I'm not going to be messed with. Do you know who you're messing with? That kind of energy. So you're standing in your power, you're trying to balance all your energies out. A lot of you, this is a second, third time around within this relationship where it's kind of come to a close. A lot of you will find that with actual real twin flame relationships. Those of you that are real twins, there is normally 3 stages to a twin flame relationship. Sorry guys that aren't, I'm just going to explain this dead quick. So the first stage is when the yang, the yin energy is stronger, so the masculine energy kind of walks away from the situation. Have I got that right around? And then the female, and so then you come back together, then the female energy will walk away. And then the third time back round, that's when your yin and yang energy is balanced. Yin is female, isn't it? Yang's masculine. Anyway, masculine energy walks away, comes back round. Female energy then, once you've had a few more months or years or whatever together, walks away. And you come back together. And then the third time, when your energy merges, that's when your energy balances. And that's largely how twin flame relationships work, with the energy balancing. So some of you, second, third time around, there'll be you that have cut this off. Those of you that haven't, you're standing in your power, you're standing strong, you're feeling this period of transformation, but you're just hurting. That's okay. So you're on reflect mode. Please don't let what their actions have been affect who you are. You have not done anything wrong. You have not needed to change who you are. And if you are regretting flying off the handle and being snappy in a cow or the equivalent, don't stress about it. It don't matter. It don't matter. I always think sometimes when these things happen, I mean, this is different, but if it matters in a week, if it doesn't matter in a week's time, then don't worry about it. If it does matter in a week's time, then you can think about it a little bit. But there's a saying, just to reflect on it. You haven't done anything wrong. You're just standing in that power. You know, you need to stand in that power to move the situation forward. So well done. It's really hard when you're in that lower vibration to bring your vibration back up. So well done, guys. Your person is feeling quite stuck at the moment. They're realising that they made a bit of a cock up. I'm being told to tell you. They are trapped to fears. They are trapped to their emotions, and they are unsure on how to move it forward. They feel very, very blinded by the situation. Some of them are blinded by love. Some of them are just blind, like just blinded by the situation. It's either too strong, too intense, or if it hasn't been that, they just haven't known where to put their energy, because it's just as confusing for them as it is for you, and being told to tell you. More divine relationships with that. Your person is thinking about making moves back towards you. So while you are grieving and stepping into your Queen of Swords energy, even if you're masculine, remember it's never gender specific or sexually orientated. So they are standing at the moment, not doing anything, because if they do anything, then they've got to make choices and chances and changes. So at the moment, they're just going to stand still. However, they will turn and action will come towards you. They can see that the path is moving towards you. Sexual energy will be the driving force. If you are expecting them to come back with heart-centered emotions, please just be a little bit, give them a bit of leeway. If they come in with something a little bit sexual, try not to let it bother you. It's because of that mutual ground between the two of you. The passion is really, really strong. They know there are a lot of hurdles for you and them to overcome, which is another reason why they're not doing anything just yet, but it doesn't mean they won't. You've got the King of Cups, Page of Pentacles, again, another page energy, standing there on the cusp, waiting to walk down this pathway, getting ready to go down it. At the moment, they're just not ready, so they're just sitting up the tree. They will throw the coin, they will take that leap of faith, and they will message. Then your page will move to a knight, and it will still be slow and steady, as they always are, but they'll be focusing more on their heart-centered emotions. At the moment, they need to get their emotions to when you are in the back of their mind all the time. So please don't overly stress. The energy between the two of you, what is going to be happening, you both need to start releasing fears a little bit more. I know it's easier said than done. I am awful at that also. Look at them watching over you. I know it's the devil card, but this is always them watching. You've got the card of temptation. Again, sexual energy. They can see you like that one is a little bit vulnerable, and they don't want to make you feel weak. I'm hearing like they don't mean to make you feel weak, but the situation is what has done that. And you feel, some of you thought, oh God, I'm not strong enough. You are absolutely are, but you're just having a shit time, so that's okay. They will make these moves towards you. You are more in control of this situation than what you feel. Keep grounded, keep your emotions grounded. If you have been messaging them, let them go, give them space. don't necessarily let them go. Give them space. You can keep them in your heart, but if you are holding on to them, I need them, I want them, this, that and the other, if you're focusing on lack, you are creating more lack into your life. So please be aware of that. There's potentially a bit of conflict going to be coming up between the two of you. Stand your ground. I am being told to tell you, stand your ground with them. If that makes them do a runner again, that's okay, because they will keep coming back, because it's that cycle that you are in. But don't let them walk all over you, because you deserve more than that. And you've learned that lesson. They're going to be coming through with the King of Swords energy. Standing on logic rather than heart-centered emotions. So don't expect them when they do come back towards you to say, I love you, you're my world, I want to be with you. They have got those emotional side of things with the King of Cups over here, but they won't express it very easily with the Knight of Swords, and that's where this conflicting energy comes through as well, which is why a lot of you will come from a sexual point of view, because that's the mutual ground that they see between the two of you, because the passion is really strong. At the moment, they're working it out. Once they have worked it out, the ending of the cycle, beginning of a new one, possible union for a lot of you, and it will shift forward. It is being guided. Those of you that are really struggling, please do some meditation and try and speak to your guides. A lot of you have got a mutual guide. The more divine relationships of those watching, you have a mutual guide that will help you through it all, so you can speak to them, connect up, tap in, tune and turn on. Also, those of you that are reading your own cards and keep asking the same question over and over and over again, and you're starting to get different answers and you're getting your knickers in a twist, just stop. Okay, you can ask your cards once you have that answer. If you keep asking them again, your cards will do what I was saying at the start. They'll start answering something different, or they'll get fed up with you as well. So just be aware of that. They can do it maybe once or twice, but once they're giving you the same answer and you're asking every day for 7 days, they'll get fed up, and you'll be like, all of a sudden you'll see a tower or something and you'll be like, why have I got that? Oh my god, it's all going wrong. So just be aware of that. Good. That's where it currently is. So they're going to make moves back towards you. You just grieve, keep standing in your power. They are thinking it all through. There will be movement. They do still have strong feelings for you. They are watching you. They are working it all out in the head. And once they've decided what to do, which they will do, they will come back. But you keep in your power, keep strong, and don't settle for less than what you are worth when they do get back to you. Tell them, my way or the highway, in the words of Limp Bizkit. And that's step number 2. So if you want to book a private reading, email mysticlovetarot@gmail.com. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's just mysticlovetarot. And I'll speak to you soon. Lots of love. Bye.